A number of advertisers have abandoned Fox News host Laura Ingraham's weeknight show after she alleged Parkland, Florida shooting survivor David Hogg was bitter over his rejection for freshman admission by multiple universities. Those companies pulling their ads include TripAdvisor, Expedia, Hulu, Johnson & Johnson, Wayfair, Nestle, and Nutrish. A spokesman for TripAdvisor said the company doesn't condone the inappropriate comments made by this broadcaster. In our view, these statements focused on a high school student crossed the line of decency. The tweet in question from Laura Ingraham said, David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges to which he applied and whines about it. Dinged by UCLA with a 4.1 GPA, totally predictable given acceptance rates. The story from the Daily Wire that Ingraham tweeted reads, gun rights provocateur David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges to which he applied. The Florida high school student, a survivor of the February 14th shooting in Parkland, who recently helped organize the March for Our Lives, said 4 different campuses in the University of California school system have turned him down: UCLA, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Irvine. If colleges want to support us in that, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. We're still going to change the world. So let's start with some fresh criticism for Laura Ingraham, but trust me, there is plenty of criticism to go around. I don't really think, at least according to that article, David was really whining about it. I think he actually had a nice, humble statement at the end that if they don't want to support him, it is what it is, and he's going to do his thing. I think that's respectable. However, the response to the mockery, in my opinion, was disproportionate. David Hogg tweeted, pick a number 1 through 12. Contact the company next to that number. Top Laura Ingraham advertisers. And he says, Sleep Number, AT&T, Nutrish, Allstate and Esurance, Bayer, Rocket Mortgage, Liberty Mutual, Arby's, TripAdvisor, Nestle, Hulu, and Wayfair. And as we've already seen from the NBC News article, TripAdvisor, Expedia, Hulu, Johnson & Johnson, Wayfair, Nestle, and Nutrish have pulled out. Look, when you were an adult...
Here on the audio. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have just seen the weaponization of an audience to do corporate censorship. What do you think about that, Mike?
Wow. Okay, this is the realm of the social justice war. Okay, if they can't petition government to censor people, they're going to go after people in the court of public opinion in a way that's just underhanded and dirty. And yes, he was whining. He was implying, he didn't outright say it, but he was implying that there's some kind of conspiracy against him or something, or that the universities don't want to let him in. And that's absolutely retarded. It's dumb. Okay, David Hogg, you are a repugnant little entitled shitbag. You're just pissed off because all the fame and all the attention that you've gotten by being foisted into the to the forefront of corporate media right now, it's starting to wane, and it's doors that are just opening up to happen to usher you into opportunities. See, the thing is that this is why it's ridiculous that there's some sort of major universities not wanting to let you in to hinder your quote-unquote movement, or whatever you want to call it. Your movement is a bowel movement, sir. I'll just say it outright. But here's the thing. Here's what makes that ridiculous, Mr. Hall. The universities, especially in California, are overwhelmingly left-wing. I mean, Berkeley didn't let you in. They have, by any means necessary, a radical anti-fascist left-wing group that some of their professors are actually members of. If you can't get in a radical left university, it's because your grades suck. You know, that's what it is. Okay, your grades suck, kid. Okay, and sorry you can't handle being criticized, but whatever. You know, this is weaponized equity. You know, there's so much wrong with the psychology of the social justice warrior. I could go for months, but I'll just give one example of why it's morally inconsistent. Here's the thing, people. You saying that when one black person speaks, that they speak for every black person that was ever shipped off the Horn of Africa and everybody that was ever oppressed, it's a black person. You know, that's just stupid, okay? That removes agency. See, each individual human being has a multitude of different life experiences, and they represent that and nothing more. So, and furthermore, every woman that speaks, you know, that woman might be, mentally ill and have, daddy issues, so people shouldn't listen to her. She doesn't represent all of womankind. That removes agency and personal responsibility from an individual human being, and that is why your entire way of thinking is morally and ethically bankrupt.
Yeah, and the thing is the further add to the fun little mix here is, well, I am not wholly against that kind of of that aspect of weaponizing an audience and stuff like that. When you use a tool like that, you are opening yourself up to have that tool used against you. And what he did is he weaponized his audience to go on the attack to shut down the monetary flow to another person. Well, what's to say that can't happen to him? And that's why the saying, why I say, live by the sword, die by the sword. And many of the tools that, let's say silent treatment, stuff like that, is a double-edged sword. There's many tools within our own toolbox that can be used against us too, in some aspect. And you have to be careful and wise about how that tool is used, whether it is used in an offensive or defensive manner. And so, okay, yeah, you went and demonetized, essentially demonetized another person because you didn't like their speech. Well, guess what? The same thing can easily happen to Hogg and all his support that he's got coming into him. Watch him mess up at some point, and then he's left out to hang and dry by himself because everybody stepped away because he misspoke at some point.
Well, those people have a long history of cannibalizing each other. Right now, the left is eating itself by, see, the problem is, and it's irrespective of left or right political leanings. Human psychology works like this. The person that's the loudest, the person that screams the loudest, this person that says the most extreme crap, people tend to start to look and view them as almost an authority figure. And what this does is it polarizes the popular discourse into the extreme left and right, to where you only have the Alex Joneses on one end and the Yvette Falarkas on the other. And us moderate thinking people that see that there's something to be valued in both the left and the right's perspective get drowned out by these people that are being the most loud, the most irritating, the most annoying and obnoxious and repugnant. And that's a problem. We no longer live in a society that respects intellect, values logic and reason. Instead, it's the person that has the most charisma, and a lot of times that has to do with how pretty you are and how loud and obnoxious you are, and that's just dumb. We're headed into Planet Dumb, or Idiocracy. That movie is actually starting to look more and more like a documentary and less like a piece of comedy.
I need to sit down and watch that movie again. It's been a while. That was so funny. But yeah, the thing is the way it works though is. How should I put it? After watching this nice little video tutorial about how to improve yourself, your views, and all that stuff, one of the ways to get attention is to create emotion with the content you're creating. So this way people are wanting to share it, and it sticks longer in the memory, and they want to return for whatever aspect, whether it be rage-inducing, the it's cute kind of aspect, or a fear. Because as with like the news headlines, if it leads, it bleeds. If it bleeds, it leads. Sorry, I got that flipped around. But the thing is, with all that,
Bunny, are you saying that we should put women in charge?
Well, actually, how should I put it? I don't mind watching ladies do stuff. Okay, they have the. I'm trying to put this in the right words. There's
a reason why Siri has a woman's voice, because it's sultry. I personally gave my Siri a British accent because I think it's sexier.
Yeah, I don't use any of that kind of stuff outside of what my roommates got with the Alexa kind of thing, and I just use that on like rare moments when I'm like, I want to know what the weather's at. But anyway, going back to my original statement, women have an advantage in the entertainment industry. While they may not end up as big as some of the guys, in general, if they get started in it, and they pull the right stuff, they're going to have a higher viewership and attention from an audience than a guy is. A guy is going to be more on the extremes of they're not going to get anything, or they're going to be really big, like, let's say, PewDiePie, or on the Twitch side, you'd have Tyler One and Dr. Disrespect and stuff like that, because they got that extra little charisma kind of thing. They got that power charisma, which gives them a little bit more of an edge. While women, it's sort of weird how that all works out. But I mean, naturally, if you are able to get that attention, yeah, even myself will end up watching.